you don't like me, you
We're back. It's Indie Music Live, episode 191, first episode in 2020. Welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing? David, haven't seen your beautiful face in a while. What's happening?
Yeah, man, good times. Pretty mellow holidays. It was nice hanging out with the family and everything. But we made some time to crank out about a dozen new reviews on the site that are up right now. We still got a bunch more that we'll be posting throughout the week. Got a lot in queue. They keep coming, man.
Yeah, sorry about the delay. If anybody's watching that actually ordered a review, we got really behind. It's mainly my fault. It's kind of one of those things where you just kind of life takes over. It's like, oh shit, it's been a month. But
well, we're trying to like, have a lot of different writers, because it's hard to coordinate sometimes. Sometimes it takes 6-8 weeks to get the review posted, but we always get them up. Apologize.
We always get them up. So it's nothing to worry about. We are going to streamline that this year, though. So reviews will be coming out a lot quicker, and you'll have an option eventually. If you really need it, like within a week, we'll make that available and make that happen. So tonight's show is a good one. We have a new song from Andrea Desmond. You might remember her. She's been a past featured artist, and we played her songs a few times out of LA. And then we also have featured artist Brad Jones from Chattanooga, Tennessee. I've been through there a couple times in my life. And then we also have sad news. Neil Peart actually passed away a couple days ago. But then we also have something that really hit us close to home. Ridley Victoria passed away about 6 weeks ago. And so I wanted to do a little tribute to her. So I mashed up a couple of clips from her on the show in the past. And then we also have Emma G from New Zealand and residing in Washington, D.C., hanging out with us tonight. She was on a couple months ago now, but a couple shows ago. And we had such a darn good time with her. We wanted to have her back. How are you doing tonight, Miss G?
Pretty amazing. I've had a very, very action-packed couple of weeks with lots of music videos and music coming out. And 2020, man, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, it's crazy that it's here. I remember 2000 being all like hammered and in St. Louis on top of a building being like, Y2K! And then here we are. We're still here. Yeah. I'm a little older than you, but not much. I was an adult, though. How old would I be? I was like 22. Yeah. Anyway, David's still 22, right?
Yeah, around there.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and check out the new tune from Andrea Desmond here on Indie Music Live, episode 191, on the turn to 200, the coveted 200. We'll be right back.
The golden
waves of blue would get me psyching up to fall. Something so good not feel right at all, and it was never enough. I guess I wanna give up.
Andrea Desmond, as she so corrected us a couple of times when she was on the show last time. Because I say Andrea, I'm from Indiana, Andrea.
Yeah.
It's Andrea. It's much better. It's much
She
better.
digitally slapped you.
Yeah. So I really like this girl. Of course, we wouldn't have her on, on the show, or we wouldn't play her music if she wasn't cool. She's only coming out with singles. I don't think she has a full length album out. I think, which is, that's cool and stuff. That's how things are going these days. But I would like to hear her do a full length album and really take her career by the balls, if you will.
All right, ladies first. Emma, what do you think?
Well, first of all, that's gendered language, sir. No, that track was awesome. I was jamming it earlier today and cleaning my room, doing my thing, and it was keeping me pumped. So, no, I was really. My only thing is that I wish I could see her face on the music video, because I'm old school in my young years, and
She has a nice face too.
I'm sure she does, but I don't know. That's the problem. Like, I have no idea what she looks like unless I go back into the past, Indie Music Live archives and see.
The archives.
Which you should. You should.
I mean, I do, but
it's a chore to dig through the archives. It could take
to
months.
find Andrea Day.
Yeah.
So no, it was cool. It was. I like that track a lot.
So obviously a little dance flavor going on here, which is a little different from her past stuff. Production was awesome as usual. Super hot mix, it's like nice and warm and well mixed and all that stuff. Let me see here. Her last song, Stronger, which we reviewed and we had her on the show. I really love that tune. Like, it's still in my Spotify playlist. I still play it every couple months or so. I really think that's a better style for her. I don't really have it. I'm not trying to be like negative here, but I like the whole dance kind of flavor. I think her past stuff is a better fit for her, just for her style, just like the pop rock type of flavor, because she did it so well and does it so well. And I don't know if this was an experiment or if she's kind of wanting to move more into dance, but yeah, that's just my opinion. I dig the past style, and I think she should stay in that kind of zone. But yeah, that's it.
It's always everything she does though is always it sounds like it's on the radio. I don't listen to top 40 radio myself, but you could fool me that it's a top 40 single every time. You know what I mean? You could be like, oh yeah, that's number 5 single on the pop charts. I'm like, oh great, that's awesome. It wouldn't even faze me. It's how good it sounds. So she's always got the top notch stuff coming. So Andrea, great job. Hope you come back on the show soon. She teaches, I think, on Tuesday nights though, or else she'd be back more. So, featured artist of tonight is Mr. Brad Jones from the Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I'm waiting just a quick minute for Rob. There we go. Brad, how you doing tonight? Welcome to Indie Music Live.
Yes, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. So you just came out with a new album recently, I believe. I don't know exactly when it came out, but that's why you're here, because you submitted a song and I got in touch with you, and here we are. So why don't you give your elevator pitch if you're walking down the street of Chattanooga, somebody's like, oh, man, I heard you do rap. What would you say to them?
Yeah, man, I'd say, yeah, I do rap. But
do.
Anyway. That's what I was going to say.
That's my favorite joke. So tell us who you are and what you're doing. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. So like I said, Brad Jones, but I'm a rapper, singer, songwriter here in Tennessee. But mainly rap. Like I said, I just released an album back in October called Where I'm Going. I've been releasing singles ever since then, but just mainly my whole like pitch with my music is, like we all have a story and stories are meant to be told. So, own yours and tell it, because nobody can do that better than you, so.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, let's check out your single. Is this your only single on the album right now that you're pushing? Is this your newest one, or what is this?
This is the newest one. I do have a new one though coming out Friday. It's called Way Out, but yeah.
So M.M.M.L. What does that stand for? Making something what?
My music, my life.
My music, my life. There we go. That fits in with what you just said. So let's go ahead and check that out. Share this video out. Let us know what you think in the comments. We'll be right back.
I hear that beat drop from my monster going crazy. Pick up on my lines if you want, but you will not phase me. I ain't got the time to listen to y'all haters hating. Yeah, I'm white and rappers like a pyramid of shady. Baby, just let him be him and let me do me now. I am not an F, I am sorry if that lets you down. Props to them and all the artists out there who can lay it down. Here to write my name up on the list and I ain't playing around. If you never met me, then I'll tell you all you need to know. Grab the mic, it's my life, swear I'll never let it go. If you looking for me, you can find me in the studio. Treat my words like ammo, I'm unloading on this microphone. Quit wasting time, it's on the track. Step back and let me go. What? You don't like me? Fine. Used to spend the time alone. Years of issues bottled up. Yeah, I never learned to cope. Clock's ticking down, I gotta let them out before I explode. You can call me names, you won't ever call me lazy. Put stuck on the gas pedal, don't believe in breaking. Yeah, I ain't a murderer, but I'm assassinating. Every beat for free, you ain't even gotta pay me. Keep on talking all that trash, it only motivates me. You think you the greatest? Let's agree to disagree. I owe my life to this music because it saved me. I thank God for all the pain I've been through cause it made me too competitive. They say that's what my problem is. Enjoy your time at the top. I've come to push you off of it. Promise we'll go hands on. You can't keep your hands off. Ever touch my family, then I'ma cut them hands off. I grind until I die because I don't believe in waiting. I'm like an empty hospital, I ain't got no patience. I used to stay wasted, now there ain't no time to waste. Came a long way from the days when I had hunger pain. They call this the rapping, but I promise I ain't playing. I saw my mouth shut and all this rapping sign language. You can keep your hand out, I ain't gonna take it. I want for everything I have, I'd rather fail than make it fake it. Rappers now care more about the money than the rapping. Just cause it's on your chain doesn't mean you going platinum. We can see the clothes you're wearing when you're on the track, but I promise everybody here is gonna hear it if you rap. Online rappers acting rich and pics with Lambos. Then you see them out in public and they parked in Honda Civics though. Too many fakes in the game, not willing to do what it takes. So they go on Facebook and lie to you and pretend to be famous. Before you point the finger, take a minute and listen. Don't get it twisted, they call me Eric. If I have an ambition, they call me negative for trying to speak the truth when I spit. Since when did being a Christian mean I can't have an opinion? Just give it a chord.
My music, my life. I like you do you, I'll do me. That's kind of the message in your bio. I like it, man.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, Tennessee, man. I can't think of an artist we've had come through the show here from Tennessee. Definitely a bunch from the South. But so is that where you grew up and were raised?
Yeah, grew up here, born and raised, Chattanooga, Tennessee.
And you said you don't recommend anybody move there.
Not for the weather. I mean, we got other stuff, but man, it's like 4 seasons in the same week here.
All right, man. So I was checking out your bio and just going through your website, which is, I think it was, oh yeah. So it's bradjonesrap.com. Very simple. It's no crazy characters in there, just how it sounds.
Yeah, man.
We have this recurring discussion with artists just in terms of their strategy in terms of releases, and it's shifted. Just like the 4 years we've been doing the show, it's even shifted within that little bubble where, I mean, it used to be when Joe and I were touring, it was all about the album, right? So now it's all about the single. So knowing that, and knowing that it like the buyer and the listener, they're not like jonesing, pun intended, to get the full collection. It's like they just want to pick the best songs and they just want to listen to those. So how does that affect how you release stuff? Is that what you're going to kind of do moving forward? Is just like, it's just a song by song basis. You write a song, it's like, all right, I just add it to the list.
Yeah, so the album I'd been writing for kind of a while, and so it was music that I really wanted to get out there, just kind of introduce who I am, to everybody. And all the singles that I have coming out now are, it's kind of like you said, the model, it's all kind of changed, especially with all the streaming, and you got to catch the algorithms, so you just got to keep I call it the machine. You just got to kind of keep feeding the machine.
Yeah.
So yeah, my plan is to just keep releasing singles for maybe the next 6 months or so, but I am in the process of writing a whole new album too, so that'll come out too.
Do you think maybe after the fact you might maybe pick like 10 of what you consider your best songs and then just basically put them in a collection and call it an album later on, or what?
No, because with every album that I write and try to do, I really want each of them to tell their own story, and they all kind of go by their own theme. So some of the singles that I release are songs that I was kind of feeling in the moment or in that stage of my life. But the albums, I really all want to tell, a really cohesive story and have.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it has a theme, right? Yeah, I think I'm kind of realizing as we're talking, part of the friction and all of this is maybe the award shows. Like, how are they going to deal with that? Like, are they going to start changing awards like best album? It's like, hey, an artist can't qualify for best album just because they release singles, or I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Right.
So, I mean, looking through your bio, I mean, the other stuff you mentioned, you said you had, some struggles growing up. It's kind of part of your story. Is it anything you wanted to kind of talk about, just what you went through growing up, or?
Yeah, man. So, I mean, I came from really, when I say humble beginnings, I guess you'd say really humble beginnings. But, I think the things that I have gone through in life, I've dealt a lot with insecurities, depression, anxiety, addiction. I mean, these are all real things I think everybody goes through,
Not everyone talks about it though, man.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Not everybody talks about enough. And I think we're kind of at a point now where, especially with social media and all the junk that goes on with that, the trolling and online bullying and everything. I mean, we're all feeling all these different things, but it's like nobody's really expressing it. And I think it's something we all need to talk about more, and so with my music, I just want to kind of tell my story and my side and how I've dealt with these things. And so maybe anybody else who's experiences these things can maybe get some hope out of that and say, oh, this guy went through this, he got through it.
Hey man, that's to me, that's always the most compelling stuff and the stuff that I'm most interested in. Like the social media, when you look at profiles and all this stuff, and people basically create an image and only put up perfect pictures, like they just this perfect life. I have the perfect life. I never make a mistake. I'm always smiling. It's like bullshit, man.
Yeah.
Like I like the real stuff.
Exactly.
You're going through some tough times. It's like, I mean, you don't have to whine about it, but there's no harm in just kind of talking about it, talking about your story and turning it into a creative expression, especially through music. So yeah, man, I mean, kudos to you for that, for being open about that. I think that's awesome. All right, dude. So we're gonna get going. We're gonna queue up the next song, but again, I'm gonna mention that website, bradjonesrap.com. You see all his music there, a bunch of photos, of videos, and all that good stuff. Brad, thanks so much, man. Thanks for coming by. We'll be talking to you soon for sure. Hey, Rob, you ready?
So, Dave, before we get started, I just wanted to give a preface to this. Isn't really a song. This is more of a tribute to Ridley. So, if everybody that's been watching the show over the years remembers one of our very first featured artists that we had way back in the day, back in 2016, I believe, or 17 or something, when it was like, I don't know, episode 5 or some shit. I was really early. And Ridley Victoria was one of the first people that reached out to us to help promote her music and be a featured artist actually on the show through Periscope actually. Well, she passed away about 6 weeks ago, sadly. And I really thought that out of all the people that we worked with over the years, she was going to be one of the ones that would break in the near future. So it's just really weird these days how you don't actually meet people in person, but because of situations like this, you actually do get to know them. And so I was really saddened by this. This is a very, very big loss to the indie music plus community, but also just indie music world. So I just put together a little, like a 3-4 minute video of shots of, and little clips of her on the show over the past few years. So check this out and check her music out if you get a chance. We'll be right back. Our featured artist this week is Ridley Victoria out of Chicago, Illinois. I had a chance to sit down with her a couple of days ago to talk about her brand new single, House in the Tree.
Okay. Cool. Awesome.
So you have a single?
Yes, I do. It is called House in the Tree, and I released it maybe like 3 weeks ago.
The moment I saw you, I had to fuck, but you always wanted more. I was never enough. Whenever I was mad, he used to grab me by my hair. Go inside me
You're
like
21. When did you start singing?
It's kind of blurry, because, well, the first time I ever remember singing was when I was maybe like 4. Like in front of people, like literally like singing, like for an audience, probably like 4 years old. So it's been a while. I remember the oldest memory I have of like singing in front of a bunch of people is my elementary school talent show in Indianapolis, Indiana, and I sang Skylark. I don't know if you know that song. I don't even know who originally sang it, but for a 4/5-year-old, it's a very difficult song to sing, and people were like, "Oh, she nailed it," and she's just 4. So, you know, that was kind of like where things started, and that was kind of when people discovered my talent or whatever. So, yeah. So, and my mom is definitely a huge influence for me because she's a jazz vocalist. So she definitely got me into, you know, jazz and like old stuff, just all types of music actually. So
cool. So we're gonna listen to your new. I don't know if is this your new song or is this just a song that we talked about doing when we set up the show? The Lose Control.
Lose Control is relatively new, still pretty brand new. It dropped with the album. It's on my album that dropped June 23rd. So yeah, it's pretty new.
So give us just a little like 30-second intro to Lose Control, and then we're gonna check it out.
So Lose Control is the last song on the album, which is titled P.O.P. Pretty on Purpose. And it's pretty much to just wrap up the whole, it's a love story. The album is a love story, beginning, middle, and end. And it just kind of like represents new beginnings into a new relationship.
Cool. So everybody's hanging out, share this video out. This is Lose Control by Ridley Victoria on Indie Music Live.
Oh, yeah.
Put your hands right there, you ain't going nowhere. I like the way you talk, love the way you work. It's hard for me to feel, but what I feel for you is real. We can take it upstairs, my bed is up there. Being real naughty, but I don't care. Wrap the coat all night, boy, it feels too right. I feel it in my bones, losing all control.
All right, rapid fire.
All right.
You ready for some rapid fire? Yeah, we're
I'm
gonna
so
go with,
ready.
Beyonce or Alicia Keys?
Beyonce.
En Vogue or TLC?
TLC.
Lisa Left Eye Lopes or Michelle?
Which one? The famous Michelle or the almost famous Michelle on my song?
The second one.
Michelle.
Oh man, yeah. You gotta go with that. Cool.
Gotta pick the
We're out of time for the night, but I want to thank Ridley the Poet, Ridley Victoria. You can find her Ridley the Poet on social media. Ridley, can you do you have any final words that you'd like to say? Tell people where to find you one more time. What you're up to, where you're going.
You can find me on all social media at Ridley the Poet. SoundCloud is Ridley Victoria. Everything else is Ridley Victoria. And I'm not taking a break from music, just taking a break from Chicago. So expect more music from me very, very soon.
Cool. Well, we will. We can't wait. If only that was true, but it's not. So R.I.P. Really, Victoria. You're an amazing person, and I wish I could have met you in person, but you'll be missed by us. So, David, any final words this evening, my friend?
You never know what people are going through, you know? True. I mean, it's so treat people with respect. I mean, just be nicer to people. I mean,
well, and help, look out for your friends and stuff. And make sure they're all right.
Just be respectful. I mean, you never, everyone has their own stuff they're dealing with, you know, and just because someone may look calm or happy or something, I mean, they got their own stuff too. So just show some compassion sometimes. Be nice. Be an adult. That's it.
All right, Emma G, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Any final words? Where can people find your music and all that stuff?
Before I even get that, I just want to props to what David was saying. Always lead with love. I've lost too many lives to too early. And yeah, lead with love, lead with a hug, lead with a smile. You never know the impact that you can have on somebody's life.
Yep.
Thank you. That's my public service announcement. But yeah, you can check me out, emma.gmusic.com. I am doing something very similar to Mr. Brad Jones, releasing a lot of singles, and we'll be releasing a very brand new one at the same time as Brad Jones this Friday.
Nice.
So,
Awesome.
Head to head.
You guys should meet halfway and like have a celebration party.
If only I could rap as well as Brad does. I don't do that.
Well, so this has been episode 191, first episode of 2020. Thanks to Rob Hicks, as always. Hixvideo, Hixvideo on the interwebs. And he's looking like a pimp tonight. He's got a pimp hat on. I don't know. I think he hung his pimp coat up already, but and he's hanging out in an alleyway. So where's your chicks, dude? Okay. So everybody that's hanging out on YouTube right now, we're actually going to go and we're going to do a double header and go shoot episode 192. So we'll be back in just a few minutes. But otherwise, see you next week. Thanks for hanging. Peace.
Wait.